We're shaking, people. Back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys. And we're going to start going through Introspective, 1988. And I believe I have access through Seb, big shout out to you, to an expanded version of this album, which I think is only a handful of original tunes, as well as some covers, and then I think a couple remixes or alternate versions of pre-existing tracks. So I noticed on Discogs the main entry shows only 6 tunes, but again, there are notably more than that in the folder I have access to. So again, I think I have an expanded or double release version of the 1988 album. So in any case, the first track in the folder I have access to is called Left to My Own Devices. Once again, it's another one that fits perfectly into that idiom that was very insightfully explained to me early on, that a number of their song titles take common everyday phrases as a starting point and then launch into a much more specific and personal narrative or series of vignettes based on that phrase or utilizing the phrase in some way. So it feels like this is going to be another one like that, because left to my own devices, it's a phrase meaning you're not being overseen, you're not being managed or in any way regimented into a particular mode of behavior or action. And so left to your own devices, generally speaking, you're going to get up to whatever that person's brain tends to do in lieu of any direction or orders. So yeah, I wonder what this person and in what way that concept will come into play, the idea of not necessarily having any overriding directive in terms of what they're doing, and therefore left to their own devices the next part of the story. So again, it might not even be that, but I feel like that would be a likely way to use the phrase within a narrative that would be otherwise impossible to predict just based on the phrase itself. So let's find out. This is Pet Shop Boys. The tune is Left to My Own Devices, and it's from the 1988 album Introspective. Already love it. Some things sound cinematic and theatrical, but this is that Kate Bush? Because again, this feels like Kate Bush level theatricality. And then right into maybe a more familiar Pet Shop Boys sound. This feels like it could be an action, a kinetic chase scene or something. And that little bleaky synth run.
I get out of bed at 10:30, phone up a friend who's a party animal, turn on the news and drink some tea. Maybe if you're with me, we'll do some shopping. One day I'll read or learn to drive a car. If you pass the test, you can beat the rest. But I don't like to compete or talk street.
A spoken song type of delivery here.
Party animal. I can live with you, say goodbye. Or I could love you if I try.
Feels more euphoric here.
And left to my own devices.
that would be the next part of the story, likely.
I probably would. Pick up the brochure about the sun. Learn to ignore what the photographer saw. I was always told that you should join a club. Stick with the gang if you want to belong. I was a lonely boy, no strength, no joy, in a world of my own, at the back of the garden. I didn't want to compete or play out on the street or in a secret life. I was a roundhead general. I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried, and I could. And left to my own devices, I probably would.
We got some youth,
Left to
but it
my
feels
own
also
devices, I probably would.
in the present too. Oh. Whoa. Some cinematic graphs. Giving me like two song pulse vibes.
At a difficult age, would I write a book or should I take to the stage? But in the back of my head, I heard distant feet, Che Guevara and Debussy to a disco beat. It's not a crime when you look the way you do, the way I like to
Pet Shop
picture
Boys are
you.
amazing,
When I get
which I'm
home,
consistently
it's late
reminded
at
of
night.
going through
I
their
pour a
catalog.
drink, watch the fight, turn off the TV, look at a book, pick up the phone, fix some food. Maybe I'll sit up all night and day, waiting for the minute I hear you say. I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried, and I could. And left to my own devices, I probably would. Come on, baby, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried, and I could. And left to my own devices, I probably
The chorus is
would.
very ascendant, not just triumphant, but or euphoric,
Left to
but
my own devices, I
we're going to another plane. Got a bit of swagger to it.
At 10:30, the party animal phones a friend, picks up news about the sun, and the working day has just begun.
It's like if you took
Sticks with the gang,
a beautiful cinematic score encompassing a wide range of scenes
and don't compete.
and nuclearly, atomically fused it with a Pet Shop Boys track.
Drive the car if you're with me. Che Guevara's drinking tea. He reads about a new device and takes to the stage in a secret life. Left to my own devices, I probably would. If I was left to my own
Not just
devices,
orchestral, but
possibly would.
operatic as well. The hats that just came in are very nice.
If I was left to my own devices,
I'm stunned.
I probably would. If I was left to my own devices, I probably would. I could leave you, say goodbye.
Mixing the more sing-songy and spoken deliveries.
And I could. And left to my own devices, I probably would.
credits. Like, go ahead and... Directed by Neil Tennant and Chris Love. Produced by Chris Love and Neil Tennant. I mean, it's incredible. Even for them, that is one of the more remarkable tunes I've heard. I need to really digest that one, because again, it was an opera, a movie, a symphonic experience, and a great and catchy Pet Shop Boys synth pop tune in one, 7-minute experience? I'm not sure quite how long that was. Is it 8 minutes? Yeah, it's a little over 8 minutes, so that's just crazy. Even for them, that is a masterpiece. And I've said that about other tunes of theirs. And more than a few, I would even say. But seriously, that's just incredible, a masterpiece. So yeah, it's interesting, because it's like when I began thinking about the album title, Introspective, I was wondering if this would be a concept album, and I will say, left to my own devices, Introspective, certainly there's some themes that fit within Introspective that I think are at play in this track. And again, it felt like it was both in the past and present. The idea of when he was young, he was kind of left to do his own thing, and he didn't want to go outside and play with the other kids. He didn't want to run around in a field somewhere. He had other ideas about how he wanted to see the world and to engage with it. So, but it did also feel like it was like a present hypothetical that if it was up to me, and if there was no other thing guiding me to make this choice or that choice, I probably would love you. So yeah, it feels like it's spanning more than just one snapshot of time. So either way, just a masterpiece. Let me know if you agree. I will see you next time. Peace.